How's it going, guys? I'm Dev04066. I'll be your host for today's video. So for today's Adventure Quest video, we'll be looking at the Thursday, the 12th Undead War, the finale war boss, and of course all the items. So I'm going to skip through all of that. And to battle, we are going to fight as Arctics because it is much easier to do so. Now, the rewards in this war are pretty disappointing, and they do cost quite a lot of gold to get, which is why I won't be buying any of the rewards and I won't be showcasing any of it, because I don't think any of the rewards are actually worth your gold. It costs us about 200 million gold to get all of the rewards, and as a max level, 200 million gold isn't exactly a lot. I mean, it's about 20% of the cap, around there, maybe slightly lesser, but it's not really justified in my opinion. The rewards aren't that strong. I mean, I'll tell you what the effects are once we reach the end, the reward shop. So that'll give you guys a better idea of whether or not you want to spend your gold on the rewards. Of course, this is my opinion only. You guys can feel free to disagree. You might think the rewards are actually good, but yeah, I don't think so. So I'm not going to get them, and I have 1860 ZEC tokens now, so I need to farm up about 140 more to get 2000 gold, so that I can actually get the Agony's Wrath weapon. It's currently the best darkness weapon in the game, and I do believe that I'll be able to farm it up hopefully. So fight through a few of the basic undead monsters before you face this guy, which is called Fatalist. I don't think this is the final boss. I can't really remember. There's one more boss which you have to fight as with your own character, and even then it's a pretty easy boss, so yeah. Ooh, this guy sure does quite a lot of damage. Eight ZEC tokens, nice. Skip through all that. And yep, this is the final monster here. Let's see, Zorbot. Right, so we have Zorback again. I mean, we recently faced him in Dragon Faber for the war, and looks like AQ team decided to borrow some of it and implement him here as well. In other news, they've also recently nerfed Zealot's Wrath. I mean, it's still a super strong weapon, but they sort of nerfed the damage a bit because they think that Zealot's Wrath is kind of overpowered, which I do agree, but us being players, we don't like our equipment nerfed, especially when we've worked pretty hard to get them. So Eternal Twilight's Regalia, let's go with Decimator, and let us start the battle. Oh, this guy can do energy damage as well, I almost forgot. Okay, wait, what day was it? I didn't catch that. Oh, Hydra Day. Okay, so that will be useless for us. We'll use Swordmaster Emblem instead, and we'll get our Fairy Godmother to heal us. So this guy doesn't have a lot of health. All you have to do is nuke him with your spells. I'm not going to bother using the Oblivion Spear here. So yeah. So he dies in a few turns. Of course, you can one turn kill him if you want to use that strategy, Purple Rain, but I'm not gonna bother. So yeah, just gonna kill him the conventional way here. Whoops. Right, so that's done, and that is basically the end of this war. So nothing really nothing too hard. I was expecting a challenging boss, but guess we didn't get it. So the main part of the rewards are actually the spell. You have the Call Zorbot spell, which basically summons a gas the guest Zorbot, and he can switch between energy or darkness damage, depending on which one deals the most damage. Then we have your Soul Burns Bright as a beacon, which damages both you and your foe, and this spell costs HP and uses your endurance, dexterity, and luck for stat bonuses. The other spell is your body heals at the speed of light, so this is a healing spell, so it costs SP to use and uses your dexterity and luck for stat bonuses. The last one, your hand glows with an awesome power, right? So this is basically another damage spell and costs SP and uses your strength, dexterity, and luck for stat bonuses. Won't be getting any of that. And you have your titles for you warmongers out there, and of course there's some shop faces which you can purchase as well. There's an Undead Knight open for male, and there's an Undead Knight open for female, so not really nice faces, so won't be getting that. And we'll be looking at this week's main release, which is the Neko Subrace. Excuse me. Okay, so click on become a Neko, and yes, I want to become a Neko. So this will change your subrace from a human, from mine, which is becoming a wizard, to a Neko. And here you can see, let's take a look at Neko gear. What do we have here? So shields, we have your Luna Defender, which is a darkness shield, and it has a specialty in range defense, and it will reduce incoming damage if you wield a bow, wand, or similar weapon. So if you have a bow or a wand or something of that sort, you actually take lesser damage, which is really nice. This is just a water version of that. This is the light version, and it will reduce more damage, more incoming damage based on your charisma stat. I have none trained, so this shield won't help me that much. This is the nature version of this light shield. And for spells, we have called Luna style Katshiro, which is a guess that switches between water or darkness damage depending on which one deals more damage. And there's a called Soul style Katshiro, which attacks with either earth or light damage depending on which one does more damage. So yeah, really nice. And what does this do? So you can draw on the powers of Soul or Luna. I'm gonna try Soul first. Let's do some Neko quests. And let's use, this is gonna be easy, a level 13 one. Okay, so it looks like they've intended this quest for lower level players as well, which is nice to have. And what? Where's my Neko Subrace thing? Oh, I haven't learned any skills yet, I guess, so don't blame them for that. Weapons, we'll want to use Tamer. And shields will go with Giant's Might, though we'll probably just kill this guy in one hit anyway. I mean Tectonic Tower Shield. Banba. So lower level players, you guys can actually access this quest as well. I'm not sure if they are supposed to scale to your level. I mean, most class quests don't scale to your level to make it easier for lower level players to access it as well. And I do quite like that, so yeah. As for the higher level players, of course, you can just crush through these quests really easily. And if this gets a bit too long, I might actually fast forward or at least skip this whole part of the video altogether. So depending on how many we have to fight. Okay, so you need to do a roll here. That's pretty easy, 58. I mean, I've got basically max intelligence, so that's gonna help me a lot. All nature monsters here, as you guys can see. And you can see that my race has changed to human Neko. So now I'm a level 1 Neko. Nice. Alright, so let us continue to do more quests and see what other skills we unlock. Right, start battle. Do you actually unlock the Neko armor? No, I think you actually have to buy the Neko armor. I'll buy it after this. And this is actually only the first part, so I would assume that you can only unlock the first like half of the skills or something like that. So I'm gonna use a fire weapon here. So there should be 5 skills to learn, and the other 5 will probably come next week or later on. And unlike the vampire or the werewolf class, there isn't a transformation for you to do, so you can't really you have to have the Neko armor in order to access the skills or something like that. So yeah. Dexterity here, they should be pretty easy as well. Yep. I mean, it doesn't really matter what equipment you use to do the quest for high level players. You can just one shot everything with your basic attack. Level 2 Neko, so drawing on the powers of Luna. Not sure what that changes exactly. Nothing, I guess. Wandering fire creatures. Okay, so we're dealing with fire creatures. I think depending on which one whether you are drawing on the powers of Sol or Luna, the creatures you face are actually slightly different. I mean, to me it makes no difference, simply cause I can just one shot them anyway, and they probably won't be able to hit me because of their low level. So I don't think it matters that much. It's basically just personal preference. So yeah, and I'm not seeing skills or whatnot anywhere. Where am I supposed to find it? Okay, so you know what, I'll just skip. I'll just fast forward through all of this and put some music in the background right now.
Anything that you wish, kiss my bliss. It's like I'm a welcoming freak show, dormant hell in all while growing facts in the head. This is where we all should see red, a big fat wet slab of red. Yeah. And I see that he makes me anti.
So it's Sunday morning. It's about 11 AM here, and looks like the staff has finally released one of the armors for the classes, which is the Soul Neko armor, and we'll be buying that to test it out. So let us shift that up, and of course we won't be getting the level 150 versions according to the staff until everything has been finished and sorted out, which is basically waiting for the class to unlock the second half of the skills and getting the Luna Neko armor out first. So right now we only have the Soul Neko armor, which is the light and earth version. Yep. So let us save that, and oops, wait, why did I do that? Right, that was a mistake. Not sure what in the world I was doing there. I just bought it and then sold it again. Wow. Okay, so anyway, can use in battles. Okay, that's weird. So let's shift this up all the way here. Save sort order, right. And now what we want to do is swap patron spirit drawing on the power of Luna, so let's draw on the powers of Soul instead and return to town, and then we shall test this out on the combat practice trainer. Right, now where is the, oh, there it is. So let's take a look at the skills of the Soul Neko armor. Really excited, I mean this is the first time we are looking at it. Ooh. Let's turn this on first. Right, so without the shield and without anything else, let's hide the pet, won't need the pet as well. So the armor has 30 melee defense, 31 range defense and 29 magic defense, so it's leaning towards the range side, and it looks like it has a primary resistance to both earth and light. Of course it's still pretty crappy given that this is a level 10 armor and its opposites are water and darkness. So let us see the skill. So Soul Claw, 78 SP, infuse the power of soul into your claw, striking with the powers of earth and light. So that did earth damage. Let's equip my shield just so that 9 lives. Your heightened senses allows you to focus and boost your light. It's a good thing you can turn it on or off at will, or else you just wind up doing something that where a cat sees something you don't and starts freaking out. So it's free and you can turn it on and off. So 120 luck, let's turn it on. You gain 25 luck and it's basically free. You want to keep this turned on at all times. So yeah, that's very nice to have. Natural empathy. As a member of the Neko tribe, you feel a natural connection to your new family. This empathy and extends to your pets and guesses, granting them bonus damage. So it's a passive skill. The next skill we have feline superiority. Okay, so it's another passive skill. And a lot of people think that cats are huge jerks who think they are better than everyone else, but now that you're Neko, you know that you're better than everyone else. Your mere presence inspires your pets and guesses to strike more accurately. So really nice. This one increases damage, this one increases their accuracy. Ferocity, your bond with your companions grows even greater. You can now command them to attack viciously and leave your foe bleeding at the cost of lowering your defenses. So let us activate that. And ooh, wait a minute. 42, 43, 41. What? How does that reduce my defenses? So it's a fully defensive armor, I forgot to mention, and not sure how that lowers your defenses. I don't see any change to my stats. Animal magnetism, you're super suave and a pretty cool cat. You can boost your charisma for a small SP upkeep. So it actually says free. I'm gonna click on this and you gain 25 charisma, so not sure if it's draining. Oh yeah. So the upkeep cost, I'm not sure why they stated it to be free here. I think that's a typo, so the staff might want to take a look here. Neko Overlord, that's the level 10 ability not unlocked yet. You have the level 9 ability Cataclysm. Level 6 is Perfect Malice, that's a passive. Your Elemental Attunement, okay, so that's free again, another passive, and it's a Toggle Blow ability. And you have Feline Fine, so level 8 active ability. So yeah, let us go with Soul Claw again. Alright, so the basic attack is 2 hits, Soul Claw is 1 hit, and yeah, so being a fully defensive armor, wow, that seems to hit pretty weak. I mean it's a level 10 armor, but sure it's weak though. So call upon Fairy Godmother and see how she does. So supposed to boost the pet's attack. Let's see. Let's go with a damaged pet instead. Yep, so there's the bleeding from the skill there, so very nice. And we'll go with a stronger pet. Let's go with Nerf Kitten instead. I mean, since we are going with all things cat, might as well. So let's see here. So the damage is really not very noticeable if you ask me. I mean, then again, this is just the level 10 version of the armor. So far this is looking towards to be a very beastmaster type class, as you can see from all the boosters that it gives your pet. But other than that, I am not such a big fan of the beastmaster build, so I may or may not get this class. I mean, of course we have to wait for the level 150 version to come out before I can make any judgment on how good it will be. I mean, currently I only have the level 10 version, which is trash, so I'm going to sell this. No, actually I'll keep this, and then we'll wait until the second half of the skills come out before we decide what we want to do with the armor. So hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you have, be sure to give it a thumbs up, and of course subscribe to my channel for more of such future content. Till the next time, this has been Dev04066. Peace out.